This is Papa Dukes of the OG Social Network Podcast. Time to relax, relate, and release. All righty, everyone. I'm back. Earlier we were with Alex Anderson, great guy from Sky World, lovely cultivator, farmer, grower. He's from seed to sale. But today I have the opportunity of having the great Lulu on the Revel and the Revelry, which will be September 12th and 13th, coming up real soon. Let me tell you about Lulu real quick, okay? So Lulu makes people-friendly trade shows, conferences, festivals, experiences, machines, and pretty much anything with the screen. As a seasoned experienced designer, she brings over 2 decades of expertise in guiding research, strategy, and design for enterprise software, SaaS, mobile, and touchscreen technologies. Her proficiency extends across a range of sectors, including fintech, CRM, cannabis, entheogens. You have to tell me about that. Yeah, entheogens, supply chain, order to cash, biomedical, IVR, education, and nonprofit. She excels in fostering productive collaborations with business and stakeholders, product owners, and development teams, employing human-centered designed methodologies to create user-friendly, easily adoptable digital products and services. She's had the privilege to serve with prestigious clients such as Bloomberg, Mastercard, IBM Watson, the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, Hopkins University, Roche, Thermo Fisher, McCormick, Honeywell, Pearson, and McGraw-Hill. For the past 8 years, she's dedicated to opening hearts and minds to business opportunities in cannabis and psychedelics, leveraging her professional expertise to champion and serve the growth of these plant-forward industries. How you doing?
That's a lot.
Well, I got to make sure you get yours because I have attended Revelry 3 times. And I've been to MJ Biz, ECAN, and J Unpacked, all of these. And you touch on the culture. I mean, you all really, really focus on the culture. I have had a blast every time I went. The first time I went, I was a kid at a candy store. Literally. And ever since, the podcast is blown up because of you, believe it or not.
Oh, amazing. I love hearing that.
Oh, we've seen you at Revelry. We've seen you here, but it's always Revelry. So tell me, Lulu, what got you all started with Revelry? What started this beautiful journey that you're on right now?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thanks for picking up what we're putting down. So Jacoby and I met in New York in 2016. And at that time, we met because we have tech as part of our background. And what we quickly kind of bonded over was the fact that, we were going through trade shows as well. Again, this was like right when legal started. I started in 2015 in Washington State, and Jacoby started around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier in Colorado. And, going to all these conferences, there just wasn't a lot of people or experiences that resonated with us because, at the beginning of any market or new industry, there's always kind of like the 2 groups that champion and lead the establishment, right? There's the activists that are championing on one side, and then the lab coats and the suits, for the science and the finance that are also there. But all of us kind of fall somewhere in between. So we kind of quickly realized that there was an opportunity, especially in New York, to be able to create something that was really honoring what New York was about, but 2, also was a place where people who look like us and came from our backgrounds were able to, access information, access community, access networks, access all the things that were important to, participate in the cannabis industry. So that's kind of what brought us together, we were like, hey, I think there's a lot of people like us out there, but what's really important is just to provide a safe place for people who are interested, that could make connections, that could really create a platform where, what we're good at is creating events. And hopefully, people that are interested in, coming into the cannabis space or the psychedelic space, that there's a place where they can, one, be inspired and learn from a lot of really amazing people. To always feel like we're approachable. I mean, I think approachability is just really important in new industries. And three, just also celebrating. We got to understand that these industries came from culture, they came from community, they came from rituals and practices, and that's something that is just why we're called Revelry. Our name is On the Revel. It started with like, hey, we really need to be on the level with everyone, which is not gatekeeping information, providing access. And hold on one second. The puppy wants to join.
Oh, by all means, please.
This is Orlando. What's up?
Hey, Orlando.
So that's how that started. The first event we hosted in 2016, we just brought in friends from other markets, because at that time there was a lot of conversation about advocacy, a lot of conversation about investment, but there really wasn't a lot of conversation in New York at that time with what it means to be part of an existing market as an operator, et cetera, et cetera. So we just started bringing people that we fucked with, that believed that this new industry had opportunities for everyone, and we just started seeding them into New York. And 9 years later, here we are. We are the largest trade show and festival in New York. I'd probably say we're the most impactful as well. So it's been a really beautiful, long, chaotic journey, but I think our organization is a true reflection of our New York market.
Well, I noticed that here we are on the ground. September 12th. We are definitely looking forward to.
Oh, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, are you? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, now I can hear you, but it was
okay. Great. Sorry about that. Let me get that speaker close, my mic closer to you.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. Okay. So, but I see this beautiful Saturday stage is going to be amazing. And then you have conversations. I want to meet this guy, Black Thought, Chef Nikki.
Legend.
These are some amazing people, the performers. I also got to say, whoever did the website, great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Very nice. But people need to know that day one is only for industry. So we'll also get a lot of content for those that are interested about the industry, and day two, of course, for the community, and everyone's got to come. Got to be 21 and over, 21 plus, and you would experience some of the most greatest vendors and speakers and people that every year it's just been phenomenal. What are you excited about for Revelry this year?
I mean, I'm just excited just to see everybody. It's kind of become like a place of reunion for our market. And also, I think somebody called us like the cannabis clearinghouse for New York. So, if brands are coming in from out of state and really want to tap into what New York is about, Revelry is a really great place to, meet the folks that are making decisions, meet the community, learn about your consumer market. So we're hitting both sides of the market. So day one, like you said, is B2B. So that's when we bring in the exhibitors, which are mainly brands and processors and cultivators from New York, all licensed. And we're probably going to have almost about 400 retail buyers come through the door. And that's pretty much the value that we bring is, New Yorkers like to do business and they're very quick about it. So it's a very concentrated day. I'd say 90% of all of our attendees on day one are going to be buyers and owners, so leadership that are actually making decisions. And that's how we structure it. We try to, I always say we're kind of a very annoying group to work with because we go through every single flow of every single touch point from every person that comes in that we work with. So, but hopefully at the end of the day, I think people are vibing and understand the value that we bring. As you know, our market is still in its infancy, but it's growing, and you know, we're really excited to be at this moment in time in New York cannabis. It's a pretty interesting, chaotic. I'll just use chaos as a term, but it's just been really beautiful to see the groups that have grown as we've grown alongside them, and the excitement that's happening as every time we put on a revelry.
Well, I noticed all the great brands that you have right now. That'll be there. As you all can see, we have Weed Maps, Revert. I love Revert, Rove, Stizzy. Let's see who else is going. MFNY, Hudson Cannabis, Hara.
Yeah.
I love Hara. I love Hara. Their papers are amazing. Skyworld will be there. We just
Yeah. I mean,
great.
these are just our sponsors. We're going to have about 200 brands.
Oh, I'm loving it. These
Mhm.
just the sponsors. Grown is amazing. Their gummies are awesome. And Blaze, Jaunty. Oh man, this is great. I really love the fact that you're able to do this, because many people of color don't feel represented in many of the other events that they go through. This is truly a diverse event, and I want to know, like, um, you're only in New York, correct?
We're
Or
only in New York. Yeah, I mean, New York is a beast in itself, you
yeah,
know, and our roots are here. I mean, I can't claim native, but I've been here for 20 years. So I think,
well, if you've been paying taxes in New York for 20 years, you're definitely native now. I don't go
well, facts, but I haven't suffered, I'd say, as many
there. Yeah,
long-term
yeah,
investors have.
yeah. Um, what is it that you find about the market right now that you see hope? For me, it's the youth. Just getting off with Alex, and then meeting these dispensary owners, these young dispensary owners, the growers. How do you feel about the future, about the cannabis industry?
I mean, I would love a future where the cannabis industry is more intersecting with the other institutions that we have here, right? So, what I mean by that is, you know, I hope that New Yorkers or the New York legislators or the powers that be can give us some allowances and grace to maybe do some experiments, right? We have, you know, some of the most amazing restaurants, some of the most amazing hospitality. Why couldn't we do a license where we could sell beverages or sell products at events or clubs or, you know, what drives New York is hospitality. So I'd love to see some collaboration around that. I would also love to see, you know, some of our schools, you know, have cannabis programs already, some of our higher education colleges, universities. I would love to take it a step deeper where, you know, a lot of the times when the state needs a campaign, like you know, harm reduction campaign or some type of campaign around education or any type of public service announcements. Like, why can't we give that as a project to any of the universities that are offering marketing or design or advertising programs? Like, why can't we have those kids work on some of these campaigns? So I'd like to just see more crossing and intersection and pollinating throughout the other institutions here in New York.
Mm-hmm. And I know that Kingsborough is doing very well in Kingsborough, Medgar Evers, Lehman College.
Mm-hmm. LIM, Cornell.
CUNY is getting into it as well.
Yep.
Um, but when these new students come in, right? They're concerned about whether they can make a living, you know, whether
Yeah.
they, you know, whether, you know, they're able to grow this. So uh, the what is it? The registration for these classes are pretty low right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm I'm hosting cannabis tours to these farms so people can see, especially for students, so they can see whether this is a viable career. There are also so many other ancillary businesses as well that could fit in, not just from a consumption base, but we're talking legal, professional, inventory, logistics.
Yeah.
Cannabis really covers a huge umbrella of industries that can fit under it. For us, but getting back to consumption and consumption safe spaces for consumption lounges and restaurants, there, how will we be able to regulate that, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we were able to regulate alcohol.
right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots. I mean, I'm a user experience designer, right? And what that means is learning from previous things,
Right.
using them as a baseline, but
Mm.
being flexible and open to adapt to changing it or amending them. So, I mean, it's not the perfect thing, but we're able to regulate cigarettes. We're able to regulate alcohol. There's lots of things that are that are considered vices that are regulated. But I would just wish that the powers that be trusted the citizens enough to give the majority the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, there is one question I wanted to ask you though, right? Hold on. This is weird. Are you going to have Zoran Mamdani there? You need to get your team to invite him.
Papa Dukes, we're working on it.
Yeah, I've been calling him out. Come on, dude. What is your feeling of the current political situation regarding cannabis?
Like I said, I just wish the powers that be would give the people the benefit of the doubt a little bit more. It's not an easy industry at all. I'm not an operator here in New York, but I, spent 3 years with the team in Washington on the operator side and lived on the farm. And it's just not easy. They don't make it very. I call it the New York Cannabis Hunger Games, really. And it just kind of feels like that sometimes. But with just the whole state of the world right now, honestly, I think there's just a lot of unknowns, and we just can't keep thinking about things that we can't control or things that are out of our influence or things in the future that are just unknown. I think what we try to do with Revelry is create a space for that moment to really celebrate the people that are really busting their ass, really grinding, and really wanting to make something that reflects what New Yorkers are about and what the New York industry is about. So that's what we're focused on, is having this moment where all of our folks can come in together, do good business, smoke together, consume together, eat good food together, listen to some good music, get some really amazing icons dropping some gems. Like, that's the moment of celebration. And with the state of the world and all of these, like I said, all of these unknowns, like, we need to hold our people close. And that's what we're focused on right now.
Are you in the queue at all? Are you looking to get into the cannabis industry?
I am in the December queue.
Right. Oh, so am I. I'm 2580 something or something like that.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, and what do you apply for? What did you apply for?
I applied for retail.
Retail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see you doing that. Yeah, I could see. And it would be called the Revelry?
No, it would be secret. Yeah. Right now I have it listed as Happy Path.
Oh, okay. I have mine listed as Papa Duke's Farms. I want to get into microbusiness, so I want to have a full control of the grow. When you see yourself now and on the Revel, have you seen progression? You've seen these grow more and more, as I have over the last 3 years. What are you looking for this year? Something extra? What is it that you're looking for Revelry to really do this year?
I mean, we keep adding things, which, is a lot. We added workshops this year, so for Grow at Home. So we have a Grow at Home cannabis workshop with We Grow NYC, and Voice of the Plant is donating genetics. And then we also have a Grow at Home mushroom workshop. And that's
Okay.
Reggie from Oakland Hi-Fi and Ambra from Anagram Farms will be hosting that. So I think that's going to be cool. New York is finally doing a little bit more of a push for home grow. So we just want to make sure that people have good instructors, good kits, good genetics, and the right information to like try things at home.
And what speakers can we expect that you really are looking forward to? I mean, we saw a few, but who are you looking forward to, especially?
I mean, Black Thought for sure. We've got some other speaker panels that are happening. So our consumer education starts at 12:30. So we have conversations about what's legal in New York 101. How can you spot if things are legal? And Jorge Vasquez is going to be talking. We've got Joe Jacobson from Rove speaking about why labels matter. How do you read the labels? How do you read COAs? We have Brian Lane from No Wave, who is going to be talking about all the different types of products, right? Let's unpack all the different types of products and what these terms mean. And then we're going to have a New York strain stories panel with some OGs talking about what it was like back in the day. Those aren't up yet, so they'll be on our website soon.
Okay.
And we have another one about let's talk psychedelics. So in 2026, we're introducing a psychedelic conference. So that's kind of our way of seeding and starting to introduce our community into this other world of plant medicine. Well, it's not really a plant, but anyways. And then we have also about, why building brands in an authentic way is important, especially in New York, where authenticity is kind of the litmus test of vibes. So, we're going to have some great speakers and panels. Then we're going to do our, interviews with Black Thought. That's going to be interviewed by Chef Nikki. We're going to have Scotty Beam. Eagle Wit is our first comedian that we're bringing on. And then we're going to do our performances. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be great. Oh man, I can't wait. I think that one of the things I really enjoy about going to these events is the people I meet, the brands, trying out new products, and the services.
Yeah, we're excited about a couple partnerships I just want to talk about really quickly. So Smorgasburg is going to be on board as our partner for all of the food curation. They're the largest, food festival, open air food festival in the nation. They started out in New York, so it's great to have them as a partner. Who else was I going to mention? Oh my gosh.
No, don't worry.
My brain.
Here, let me share. Let me share the screen so we can get it there.
Yeah, I don't think we've listed them on the screen yet.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Papa Dukes, my brain right now.
No, I understand. You should see when I do the show on psychedelics. It's funny.
I have learned ADHD now.
Oh, please. It took me so long to learn so many people's names. I only know them by their face. And trust me, as we get older, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
But you have Smorgasbord, you have other sponsors that are with you and making this happen. And we definitely want to give them a shout out. And they're going to get more shout outs as the weeks go by. So the days go by. But I definitely, is anything else we need to know or what's going on? And
yeah. I remember. So one of the biggest things we're doing is direct to consumer via delivery on site with our partner Alto Canna. So all of the booths will be set up with the brand. So if you're coming on the festival day, if you want to go through the showroom and meet all of the beautiful New York brands that we have, and you vibe with them, they'll have a QR code that you can actually scan to order products, and then we'll have a delivery area where you can pick up your product.
Excellent. So that's day 2. And I want to tell you, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on. We want to talk more at length about, I'd say, more of the political aspects and and the culture, where you feel the culture is going to be going. Well, actually, I do want to ask that. Where do you feel the culture is heading?
I mean, I think what's been interesting is I keep hearing that when new brands come into the market, they're really surprised at the other categories that have traction. So,
Hmm.
more the discrete categories, like the edibles, which I think is a reflection that, a lot of New Yorkers really do consume, but it's not the way of consuming where you have um, kind of the smell of weed on you, right? It's more like, some people are walking into Bloomberg or, any of the banks. Like it's still very conservative in the workspace here in the other industries that drive New York.
Hmm.
So I think there's a lot more discrete consumption that happens, or even just with parents, or folks that are working in more conservative industries. So I think we are reaching mainstream, maybe a little bit faster than other markets. So it's been really interesting to see that. In terms of culture, I think, like I said, I hope that the folks that consume are able to, find spaces and find communities where they can be not ashamed of their consumption. So that's kind of what's really important for us too, is, providing a space where people are able to consume without all the stigmas and all of the things that sometimes lots of generations dealing with that stigma and the war on drugs. So, hopefully things will be changing in a very different direction.
So too. Well, I want to thank you so much, really, for taking the time out to be with me today.
I appreciate
Um, it's been. I'm looking forward to next weekend. I'm looking forward to your future and being a part of the podcast, being there to support. And I think all of us are looking forward to just next weekend. I
Yeah, it's
can't.
gonna be a good party. I mean, I think that's also the vibe is like, you know, we love to throw a party and New Yorkers love to be out in the
Yeah,
streets,
we do.
so I mean it's
We
part
do.
of, we spend a lot of time doing this, but at the end just having, people there having a good time and feeding
Right.
that collective energy of like abundance and business and fun and delight and joy is like what we need more in the world right now. So we're just happy to be able to, create a space where all of that is welcome.
Well, we appreciate you. We really do in the city and the state. The one in Hudson was amazing. That was a blowout. And I can't wait to do that one. I can't wait to do next year and be there for you for that as well.
Yeah, we're already starting to plan like this year. It's kind of crazy. I'll just kind of leave off with this. Somebody asked me what I am most proud of right now, and I gotta say the fact that my team was fucking amazing. The fact that our team with no professional trade show production experience except for maybe Zaki, no celebrity endorsement, no corporate investment. That our group of knuckleheads were able to scale and grow something that's been so well received and hopefully extremely helpful in the growth of our brands and our operators. So I'm super proud about that.
I'm so happy for you. I know it does take a team to make things work. Many people, I know as running my business, I realize that. So I got to tell you, they're doing a great job, and I'm glad that you have them. Again, I want to thank Lulu Sue so much for joining me for this short period. Remember, the Revelry will be September 12th. Will be B2B, industry only. September 13th will be open to the public with all these great acts and speakers and people that we can promote here. Let me get it quick for you. So just remember, again, day one will be just the Buyers Club. Will not be open to the public, but day two, noon to 8 p.m. It's going to be a great day. Definitely recommend all of you join us. Have a great day and meet Lulu. She'll be around, tell you what's going on, and see all these great speakers, food, music. It's going to be, oh man, vendors, exhibitors. Trust me,
Activation, other
it's
things.
worth your time. It's worth your time. Again, thank you all so much. I want to give a big shout out to all of my sponsors. We're talking about Produce 420, New York City Cannabis Exchange, Jade Stone Cannabis Branding, Meyer Security, Surfside, Gordy's Goodies, Sohan over there at Silk Road, Pink's Products. Thank you, Ali, for your support. And Donna and Lewis over at Webot Distributors. I want to just also say to everyone, it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful September. We're already almost done with 2025. So let's just survive the end of the year. Remember to go out and vote. And we do have a mayoral election going on, so choose your candidate. And I just want to say to all of you, remember to relax, release. This is Papa Duke's the OG Social Network Podcast. We are out.